comes again, my friend. He keeps sending me angels from up on high. He keeps sending me angels to keep me from crying. All right, maybe I should start that song at the start. Hope your day was a good one. I went down to the river, stood by the shore. It seems like the devil's always trying to get in my door. And just when I think I can't take any more, here he comes again, my friend. He keeps sending me angels from up on high. He keeps sending me angels to keep me from crying. He keeps sending me angels, sweet and true. He keeps sending me angels just like you. Went up on that mountain, a face to the wind, amazed at the number of times that I've sinned. And all the enemies that should have been friends, here he comes again, my friend. He keeps sending me angels from up on high. He keeps sending me angels to keep me from crying. He keeps sending me angels, sweet and true. He keeps sending me angels just like you. He keeps sending me angels just like you. Some say it's coming, I say it's already here. The joy that we share through the pain and the tears. And when I look in your eyes, everything seems so clear. Here it comes again, my friend. He keeps sending me angels from up on high. He keeps sending me angels to keep me from crying. He keeps sending me angels, sweet and true. He keeps sending me angels just like you. Just like you. How about a little five-man electric band? I sat down in front of my TV set. This fellow said, "This is what you get. For $1 a week and $1 down, you can drive this car anywhere in this town. You can take it on the highway, check out the tires, leave it in the driveway and check out the wires. If it's not what your heart desires, I tell you what I'm gonna do. Take it on a 10-day trial. And if you don't like what you see, you can bring it on back in a while. Get your money back guarantee. Whoa. Well, I took me for a walk and I heard this racket. There was some dude, he was fiddling with a gadget. He said, "My new invention will do your chores. Take out your garbage and wax your floors. You just plug it in the wall. It's completely automatic. Hang it in the hall. You can put it in the attic. I don't need no friction. I don't want no static. I tell you what I'm gonna do. Take it on a 10-day trial. And if you don't like what you see, you can bring it on back in a while. Get a money back guarantee." Whoa. Now it's hard to believe this is my love song. I only hope it didn't take too long. The point that I've been building up to is true, fine, mama, I do love you. And if you open your heart, I think you'll find I'll treat you good and I'll treat you kind. But if my kind of loving ain't on your mind, I tell you what I'm gonna do. Take it on a 10-day trial. And if you don't like what you see, you can bring it on back in a while. Get your money back guarantee. Whoa. Whoa. How about another five-man electric band? Sign, sign, everywhere sign, blocking out the scenery, breaking my mind. Do this, don't do that, can't you read the sign? And the sign said, long-haired freaky people need not to plow. So I stuffed my hair up under my hat, and I went in to ask him why. He said, you look like a fine, upstanding young man. I think you'll do. Then I took off my hat and said, imagine that, me working for you. Oh, oh, sign, sign, everywhere sign, blocking out the scenery, breaking my mind. Do this, don't do that, can't you read the sign? Can't you read the sign? No. And the sign said, anybody caught trespassing will be shot on sight. So I jumped the fence and I yelled at the house, hey, what gives you the right? You put up a fence to keep me out or to keep all the nature in. If God were here, he'd tell you to your face, man, you're some kind of sinner. Sign, sign, everywhere sign, blocking out the scenery, breaking my mind. Do this, don't do that, can't you read the sign? Can't you read the sign? And the sign said, everybody welcome, come in, kneel down and pray. But when they pass around a plate at the end of it all, I didn't have a penny to pay. So I got me a pen and a paper, and I made up my own little sign. It said, thank you, Lord, for thinking about me. I'm alive and doing fine. Whoa, sign, sign, everywhere sign, blocking out the scenery, breaking my mind. Do this, don't do that, can't you read the sign? Can't you read the sign? There's a song by Ferlin Husky. I think my dad would have liked this one. I know my dad liked this song. On the wings of a snow-white dove, he sends his pure, sweet love, a sign from above. On the wings of a dove, when trouble surrounds us, when evils come, the body grows weak, the spirit grows numb. When these things beset us, he doesn't forget us. He sends down his love on the wings of a dove, on the wings of a snow-white dove. He sends his pure, sweet love, a sign from above, on the wings of a dove. When Noah had drifted in the flood many days, he searched for land in various ways. Troubles he had some, but wasn't forgotten. He sent down his love on the wings of a dove, on the wings of a on the wings of a snow-white dove. He sends his pure, sweet love, a sign from above, on the wings of a dove, on the wings of a dove, on the wings of a dove. How about a little wreck of the old 97, a Johnny Cash song? Well, there's probably a lot of people did it, but Johnny Cash was one of them. Well, they gave him his orders at Monroe, Virginia. Said, Steve, you're way behind time. This is not 38, this is old 97. Put her in dispenser on time. Then he turned around and said to his black greasy fireman, shovel on a little more coal. And when we cross that White Oak Mountain, watch old 97 roll. Then a telegram came from Washington Station. This is how it read. Oh, that brave engineer that run on 97 is lying in Danville dead. 'Cause he was going down a grade making 90 miles an hour. The whistle broke into a scream. He was found in the wreck with his hands on the throttle, scalded to death by the steam. 'Cause he was going down a grade making 90 miles an hour. The whistle broke into a scream. He was found in the wreck with his hands on the throttle, scalded to death by the steam. And now all you ladies, you better take a warning from this time on and learn. Never speak hard words to your true loving husband. He may leave you and never return. Poor Steve, 'cause he was going down the grade making 90 miles an hour. The whistle broke into a scream. He was found in the wreck with his hand on the throttle, scalded to death by the steam. Scalded to death by the steam. That's a fun song. How about Two Wonderful Worlds? No extra charge for that. First one by Sam Cooke. Don't know much about history. Don't know much biology. Don't know much about a science book. Don't know much about the French I took. But I do know that I love you. And I know that if you love me too, what a wonderful world this would be. Don't know much about geography. Don't know much trigonometry. Don't know much about algebra. Don't know what a slide rule is for. But I do know 1 and 1 is 2. And if this one could be with you, what a wonderful world this would be. Now I don't claim to be an A student, but I'm trying to be. For maybe by being an A student, baby, I can win your love for me. Don't know much about history. Don't know much biology. Don't know much about a science book. Don't know much about the French I took. But I do know that I love you. And I know that if you love me too, what a wonderful world this would be. And I know that if you love me too, what a wonderful world this would be. How about this one? Louis Armstrong. I see trees of green. No. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of white, clouds of blue. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, the bright blessed day and the dark silent night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. How about a Johnny Cash song again? How many times have You heard someone say, if I had his money, I would do things my way. But little they know that it's so hard to find one rich man in 10 with a satisfied mind. Money can't buy back your youth when you're old, or a friend when you're lonely, or love that's grown cold. The wealthiest person is a pauper at times compared to the man with a satisfied mind. Once I was waiting in fortune and fame, everything that I dreamed of to get a start in life's game. Then suddenly it happened. I lost every dime, but I'm richer by far with a satisfied mind. Money can buy back your youth when you're old, or a friend when you're lonely, or a love that's grown cold. The wealthiest person is a pauper at times compared to the man with a satisfied mind. When my life is over and my days have run out, my friends and my loved ones I'll leave, there's no doubt. But one thing's for certain, when it comes my time, I'll leave this old world with a satisfied mind. How about a little Johnny Rivers? Sad song, but a forgiveness song. Do, 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 wah, shooby dooby. Do, 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 wah, shooby dooby. How can you tell me how much you missed me when the last time I saw you, you wouldn't even kiss me? That rich guy you've been seeing must have put you down. So welcome back, baby, to the poor side of town. To him you were nothing but a little plaything, not much more than an overnight fling. To me you were the greatest thing this boy had ever found. And it's hard to find nice things, baby, on the poor side of town. I don't blame you for trying. Oh, I'm trying to make it too. I got one little problem, baby. I just can't make it without you. So tell me, are you gonna stay now? Will you stand by me all the way now? With you by my side, this world can't keep us down. Together we can make it, baby, from the poor side of town. With you by my side, this world can't keep us down. Together we can make it, baby, from the poor side of town. Do, 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 ah, shooby dooby. Do, 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 ah, shooby dooby. How about a little Walk a Mile in My Shoes? Joe South, I think, wrote it, and Elvis and a bunch of people performed it. If I could be you, if you could be me, for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's mind. If you could see, no, if you could see you through my eyes instead of your ego, I believe you'd be surprised to see that, no, surprised to see that you've been blind. Walk a mile in my shoes, walk a mile in my shoes. Yeah, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse, walk a mile in my shoes. Now there are people on reservations and out in the ghetto. And brother, there, but for the grace of God, go you and I. If I only had the wings of a little angel, don't you know I'd fly to the top of the mountain and then I'd cry. Walk a mile in my shoes, walk a mile in my shoes. Yeah, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse, walk a mile in my shoes, walk a mile in my shoes, walk a mile in my shoes. Before you abuse, criticize, and accuse, walk a mile in my shoes. Okay, how's about a story of a road trip gone awry by the late Charlie Daniels. Okay, this is a lot of lyrics here. I was taking a trip out to L.A., tooling along in my Chevrolet, toking on a number and digging on the radio. Just as I crossed that Mississippi line, I heard that highway start to whine, and I knew that left rear tire was about to go. Well, the spare was flat, and I got uptight because there wasn't a filling station in sight, so I just limped on down the road down the shoulder on the rim. Went as far as I could, and when I stopped, the car was right in front of this little bar, a kind of redneck-looking joint called the Dewdrop Inn. Well, I stuffed my hair up under my hat and told the bartender that I had a flat, and would he be kind enough to give me change for one? There was one thing I was sure proud to see. There wasn't a soul in the place except for him and me, and he just looked disgusted and pointed toward the telephone. I called up the station down the road a ways, and he said he wasn't very busy today, and he could have somebody there in 10 minutes or so. Now, he just told me to stay right where you're at, and I didn't bother to tell the damn fool I didn't have anywhere else to go. All right, that was a little ad-lib there. I just ordered up a beer and sat down at the bar when some guy walked in and said, "Who owns this car with a peace sign, mag wheels, and 4 on the floor?" Well, he looked at me, and I damn near died, so I decided I'd just wait outside. So I laid $1 on the bar and headed for the door. Just when I thought I'd get out of there with my skin, these 5 big dudes come strolling in with this one old drunk chick and some fella with green teeth. And I was almost to the door when the biggest one said, "You tip your hat to this lady, son." And when I did, all that hair fell out from underneath. Now, the last thing I wanted was to get into a fight in Jackson, Mississippi on a Saturday night, especially when there was 5 of them and only 1 of me. Well, they all started laughing, and I felt kind of sick, and I knew I better think of something pretty quick, so I just reached out and kicked old Green Teeth right in the knee. He let out a yell that'd curl your hair, but before he could move, I grabbed me a chair and said, "Watch him, folks, because he's a thoroughly dangerous man. You may not know it, but this man's a spy. He's an undercover agent for the FBI, and he's been sent down here to infiltrate the Ku Klux Klan." He was still bent over, holding on to his knee, and everybody else was looking and listening to me, and I laid it on thicker and heavier as I went. I said, "Would you believe this man has gone as far as tearing Wallace stickers off the bumpers of cars, and he even voted for George McGovern for president? Well, he's a friend of them long-haired hippie-type pinko fags. I bet you he's even got a commie flag tacked up in the wall inside of his garage. He's a snake in the grass, I'll tell you guys. He may look dumb, but that's just a disguise. He's a mastermind in the ways of espionage." They all started looking real suspicious at him, and he jumped up and said, "Just wait a minute, Jim. You know he's lying. I've been living here all of my life." I'm a faithful follower of Brother John Birch, and I belong to the Antioch Baptist Church, and I ain't even got a garage. You can call home and ask my wife. Then he started saying something about the way I was dressed, but I didn't wait around to hear the rest. I was too busy moving and hoping I didn't run out of luck. And when I hit the ground, I was making tracks, and they were just taking my car down off the jacks, so I threw the man a 20 and jumped in and fired that mother up. Mario Andretti would have sure been proud, but the way Mario Andretti would have sure been proud of the way I was moving when I passed that crowd coming out the door and headed toward me in a trot. And I guess I should have just gone ahead and run, but somehow I just couldn't resist the fun of chasing them just once all around the parking lot. Well, they headed for their car, but I hit the gas and spun around and headed them off at the pass. Well, I was slinging gravel and putting a ton of dust in the air. Well, I had them out there stepping and fetching like their heads were on fire and their asses were catching, but I figured I ought to get out of there and split before the cops got there. When I hit the road, I was really wheeling. I had gravel flying and rubber squealing, and I didn't slow down till I was almost to Arkansas. I think I'm going to reroute my trip. I wonder if anybody'd think I flipped if I went to L.A. via Omaha. All right, well, that's kind of fun. Oh, but how about a little Joe Cocker? Oh, yes, please. Unchain my heart, baby, let me be. Unchain my heart, you don't care about me. Unchain my heart, baby, let me go. Unchain my heart, 'cause you don't love me no more. Every time I call you on the phone, some fella tells me you're not at home. Unchain my heart, set me free. Unchain my heart, baby, let me be. Unchain my heart, 'cause you don't care about me. Unchain my heart, baby, let me be. You got me sewed up like a pillowcase, but you let my love go to waste. Unchain my heart, set me free. I'm under your spell, like a man in a trance, baby. Oh, but you know damn well that I don't stand a chance. Unchain my heart, let me go my way. Unchain my heart, you will meet that day. Why lead me through a life of misery when you don't care a bag of beans for me? Unchain my heart, set me free. Unchain my heart, baby, let me be. I'm under your spell, just like a man in a trance, baby. But you know damn well that I don't stand a chance. Unchain my heart, let me go my way. Unchain my heart, you will meet that day. Why lead me through a life of misery when you don't care a bag of beans for me? Unchain my heart, set me free. Unchain my heart, baby, set me free. Oh, it's fun to sing. Oh, you know what? Yeah. I was born in Macon, Georgia. They kept my dad there in the Macon jail. He said, son, if you keep your hands clean alone, you won't hear them bloodhounds on your trail. But I fell in with bad companions. We robbed a man down in Tennessee. They caught me way up in Nashville, oh Lord. They locked me up and threw away the key. I washed my hands in muddy water. I washed my hands, but they didn't come clean. I tried to do what my daddy taught me, oh Lord. I must have washed my hands in a muddy stream. I must have washed my hands in a muddy stream. I asked the jailer, when's my time up? He said, son, we won't forget. And if you try to keep your hands clean, oh Lord, we may make a good man of you yet. I couldn't wait to finish my sentence. I bust out of the Nashville jail. I just crossed the line of Georgia. Oh no, I can hear them bloodhounds on my trail. I wash my hands in muddy water. I wash my hands, but they didn't come clean. I tried to do what my daddy taught me. Oh Lord, I must have washed my hands in a muddy stream. I must have washed my hands in a muddy stream. I must have washed my hands in a muddy stream. This is a song I tried for the first time last night. I've done the chorus, like sang with it in the car, but never actually tried just singing it. By Guy Clark, 1947. It's called Texas 1947. It's about a big change. Now, being 6 years old, I'd seen some trains before, so it's hard to figure out what I'm at the depot for. Trains are big and black and smoking, steel screaming at the wheels, bigger than anything they is. At least that's the way she feels. Trains are big and black and smoking, louder than July 4th. But everybody's acting like this might be something more than just picking up the mail or the soldiers from the war. This is something any old wild man never seen before. And it's a late afternoon on a hot Texas day. Something strange is going on, and we're all in the way. While there's 50, 60 people, they're just sitting on their cars. And the old man left the dominoes, and they come down to the bars. Everybody's checking. Old Jack Kittrell check his watch. And us kids put our ears to the rails to hear him pop. So when we already knowed it, when they said it's train time, you'd have thought that Jesus Christ himself was rolling down the line. 'Cause things got real quiet. Mama jerked me back, but not before I got a chance to lay a nickel on the track. Look out, here she comes, she's coming. Look out, there she goes, she's gone. Screaming straight through Texas like a mad dog cyclone. Big red and silver, she don't make no smoke. She's a fast rolling streamline come to show the folks. Look out, here she comes, she's coming. Look out, here she goes, she's gone. Screaming straight through Texas like a mad dog cyclone. Lord, she never even stopped. Left 50, 60 people sitting on their cars, and they're wondering what it's coming to and how it got this far. But me, I got a nickel, smashed flatter than a dime by a mad dog runaway, red silver streamline. Look out, here she comes, she's coming. Look out, there she goes, she's gone. Screaming straight through Texas like a mad dog cyclone. Look out, here she comes, she's coming. Look out, there she goes, she's gone. Screaming straight through Texas like a mad dog cyclone. Screaming straight through Texas like a mad dog cyclone. I've been learning this song, 1952, Vincent Black Lightning. Oh, it's a fun song. Sad, but fun. Says Red Molly to James, well, that's a fine motorbike. A girl could feel special on any such like. Says James to Red Molly, my hat's off to you. It's a Vincent Black Lightning, 1952. And I've seen you on the corners and cafes, it seems. Red hair and black leather, my favorite color scheme. And he pulled her on behind, and down to Boxville they did ride. Says James to Red Molly, here's a ring for your right hand. But I tell you in earnest, I'm a dangerous man. For I've fought with the law since I was 17. I've robbed many a man to get my Vincent machine. And I'm 21 years, I might make 22. And I don't mind dying, but for the love of you. But if fate should break my stride, then I'll give you my Vincent to ride. Come down, Red Molly, called Sergeant McQuaid. for they've taken young James 80 for armed robbery. Shotgun blast hit his chest, left nothing inside. Oh, come down, Red Molly, to his dying bedside. When she came to the hospital, there wasn't much left. He was running out of road, he was running out of breath. But he smiled to see her cry and said, I'll give you my Vincent to ride. Said James, in my opinion, there's nothing in this world beats a 52 Vincent and a red-headed girl. Now Nortons and Indians and Graveses won't do. Oh, they don't have a soul like a Vincent 52. Well, he reached for her hand and he slipped her the keys. He said, I got no further use for these. I see angels on aerials in leather and chrome, swooping down from heaven to carry me home. And he gave her one last kiss and died. And he gave her his Vincent to ride. And he gave her his Vincent to ride. I've also just learned this song recently, which is another story. Apparently, I'm into the story type songs. Who knew? To the town of Aquafria rode a stranger one fine day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip, for the stranger there among him had a big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. It was early in the morning when they rode into the town. He came riding from the south side, slowly looking all around. He's an outlaw loose and running, came the whisper from each lip, and he's here to do some business with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. In this town there lived an outlaw by the name of Texas Red. Many men had tried to take him, and those many men were dead. He was vicious and a killer, though a youth of 24, and the notches on his pistol numbered 1 in 19 more, 1 in 19 more. Now the stranger started talking, made it plain to folks around. Was an Arizona Ranger, wouldn't be too long in town. He came there to take an outlaw back alive or maybe dead, and he said it didn't matter, he was after Texas Red, after Texas Red. Wasn't long before the story was relayed to Texas Red, but the outlaw didn't worry, men that tried before were dead. 20 men had tried to take him, 20 men had made a slip. 21 would be the ranger with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. The morning passed so quickly it was time for them to meet. It was 20 past 11 when they walked out in the street. Folks were watching from the windows, everybody held their breath. They knew this handsome ranger was about to meet his death, about to meet his death. There was 40 feet between 'em when they stopped to make their play, and the swiftness of the ranger is still talked about today. Texas Red had not cleared leather, for a bullet fairly ripped, and the ranger's aim was deadly with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. It was over in a moment, and the folks had gathered round. There before them lay the body of the outlaw on the ground. Oh, he might have went on living, but he went in one fatal slip when he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. Big iron, when he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip. How about a little blood, sweat, and tears? Well, I'm not scared of dying, and I and don't really care. If it's peace you find in dying, well then, let the time be near. If it's peace you find in dying, and if dying time is near, just bundle up my coffin, 'cause it's cold way down there. I hear that it's cold way down there, yeah. Crazy cold way down there. And when I die, and when I'm gone, there'll be one child born in this world to carry on, to carry on. Troubles are many, they're as deep as a well. I can swear there ain't no heaven, but I pray there ain't no hell. Swear there ain't no heaven, and I pray there ain't no hell. But I never know by living, only my dying will tell. Yes, only my dying will tell, yeah. Only my dying will tell. And when I die, and when I'm gone, there'll be one child born in this world to carry on, to carry on. Now give me my freedom for as long as I be. All I ask of living is to have no chains on me. All I ask of living is to have no chains on me. All I ask of dying is to go naturally. I only want to go naturally. Here I go. Here come the devil right behind me. Look out, children. Here he comes. Here he comes. Hey, yeah. Don't want to go by the devil. Don't want to go by demon. Don't want to go by Satan. Don't want to die uneasy. Just let me go naturally. And when I die, and when I'm dead, dead and gone, there'll be one child born in our world to carry on, to carry on. You know, a song I was thinking of the other day by Johnny Cash is the Rock Island Line. Kind of reminds me of another Johnny Cash song, Get a Rhythm. Well, I'm going to look up that Rock Island Line one right now and give it a try. Oh, yeah, it starts really slow and then goes fast. Now, this here's the story of the Rock Island Line. The Rock Island Line, she runs down into New Orleans. There's a big toll gate down there, and, you know, if you got certain things on board, well, you don't got to pay the toll. Well, you don't own. When you go through the toll gate, where you don't have to pay the toll. All right. Well, the train driver, he pulled up to the toll gate. The man asked him what he got on board. The man only asked him what he had on board, and he said, I got livestock, I got livestock, I got cows, I got pigs, I got sheep, I got mules, I got all livestock. Well, he said, you're all right, boy. You don't have to pay no toll. You just go right on through. So he went on through the toll gate, and as he went through, he started picking up a little bit of speed, picking up a little bit of steam. He got through, and he turned back and looked back at the man. He said, well, I fooled you. I fooled you. I got pig iron. I got pig iron. I got all pig iron. Now the Rock Island Line is a mighty good road. Rock Island Line is a road to ride. Rock Island Line is a mighty good road. If you're going to ride it, got to ride it like you're finally get your ticket at the station for the Rock Island Line. It was cloudy in the west and looked like rain. Round the corner came a passenger train. Northbound train on the southbound track. He's all right leaving, but he won't be back. Well, the Rock Island Line is a mighty good road. Rock Island Line is a road to ride. Rock Island Line is a mighty good road. If you're going to ride it, got to ride it like you finally get your ticket at the station for the Rock Island Line. Now, I may be right and I may be wrong, but you're going to miss me when I'm gone. Well, the engineer said before he died, the engineer said before he died, there were 2 more drinks he'd like to try. The doctor asked, what could they be? He said, a hot cup of coffee and a cold glass of tea. Well, the Rock Island Line is a mighty good road. Rock Island Line is a road to ride. Rock Island Line is a mighty good road to ride. The The Rock Island Line is a mighty good road where if you got to ride like you finally get your ticket at the station for the Rock Island Line. The Rock Island Line is a mighty good road. Rock Island Line is a road to ride. Rock Island Line is a mighty good road. If you're going to ride it, got to ride like you finally get your ticket at the station for the Rock Island Line. The Rock Island Line is a mighty good road. Rock Island Line is a road to ride. Rock Island Line is a mighty good road. If you're going to ride it, got to ride it like you find it. Get your ticket at the station for the Rock Island Line. What made me think of that song is this song. Kind of have to bop right along to keep up with this one. Hey, get a rhythm when you get the blues. Come on, get a rhythm when you get the blues. Get a rock and roll feeling in your bones. Put taps on your toes and get going. Get a rhythm when you get the blues. Little shooting shine bone never gets slowed down, but he's got the dirtiest job in town. Bending low at the people's feet on a windy corner of a dirty street. Well, I asked him when he shined my shoes how to keep from getting the blues. He grinned as he raised his little head, popped a shoe shine rag, and then he said, get a rhythm when you get the blues. Come on, get a rhythm when you get the blues. A jumpy rhythm makes you feel so fine. It'll shake all the troubles from your worried mind. Get a rhythm when you get the blues. Get a rhythm when you get the blues. Come on, get a rhythm when you get the blues. Get a rock and roll feeling in your bones. Put taps on your toes and get going. Get a rhythm when you get the blues. Well, I sat down and listened to Shooting Shine Boy, and I thought I was going to jump with joy. Slapped on the shoe polish left and right. He took a shoe shine rag and he held it tight. He stopped once to wipe the sweat away. I said, you're a mighty little boy to be working that way. He said, I like it with a big wide grin. Kept on a popping and he said again, get a rhythm when you get the blues. Come on, get a rhythm when you get the blues. It only costs a dime, just a nickel a shoe. Does $1 million worth of good for you. Get a rhythm when you get the blues. Get a rhythm. That's a nice song. Oh, how about a little games people play now? Every day, every night, and every day now. Oh, the games people play now, every night and every day now. Never meaning what they say now, never saying what they mean, oh no. All they while away the hours in their ivory towers, till they're covered up with flowers in the back of a black limousine, yeah. La-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. La-da-da-da-da-da-da-dee. I'm talking about you and me and the games people play now. Oh, we make one another cry, break our heart, then we say goodbye, and cross our hearts and we hope to die that the other one's to blame, oh yeah. Number one will, not the one will give in. So we gaze at our 8x10, thinking about the things that might have been. Oh, it's a dirty, rotten shame. Whoa. All the games people play now, every night and every day now. Never meaning what they say now, never saying what they mean. Oh. People walking up to you, singing glory, hallelujah, and they're trying to suck it to you in the name of the Lord. No, they're gonna teach you how to meditate, read your horoscope, cheat your fate, and furthermore to hell with hate. Come on, get on board. Whoa, look around me, tell me what you see. What's happening to you and me? And God grant me the serenity to remember who I am. La-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. La-da-da-da-da-da-da-dee. I'm talking about you and me and the games people play now. 'Cause you giving up your sanity and for your pride and your vanity. Turn your back on humanity and you don't give a da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. All the games people play now. Every night and every day now. Never meaning what they say now. Never saying what they mean. No. Okay, one more song and then go. What would be a good one? Oh, yeah. Oh, I love this song. Paul Thorne. I know a bunch of Paul Thorne songs, but this one's a real fun one. Eating fried chicken, mama's cornbread. I got a V8 Ford that's cherry red. I heard a little voice inside my head. Everything's gonna be alright. 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 Oh, I do believe it. Ride on the back of a dragonfly with Mississippi moonshine in my eye. I'm sailing home on southern skies. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Hallelujah. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. I saw the devil down in Mexico. He was rolling bones at the Texaco. He handed me the dice, but I said no. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Hallelujah. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Let me hear you sing it. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. I said now. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Oh, that's a fun song. Okay. One more. That's it. Jesus loves the little children, all the children of the world. Pretty yellow, black, and white, they are precious in his sight. Jesus loves the little children of the world. Everything is beautiful in its own way. Like a starry summer night or a snow-covered winter's day. And everybody's beautiful in their own way. Under God's heaven, the world's gonna find a way. There is none so blind as he whom will not see. We must not close our minds. We must let our thoughts be free. For every hour that passes by, you know the world gets a little bit older. It's time to realize the beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. And everything is beautiful in its own way. Like a starry summer night or a snow-covered winter's day. Sing it, children. And everybody's beautiful in their own way. Under God's heaven, the world's gonna find a way. We shouldn't care about the length of his hair or the color of his skin. Don't worry about what shows from without, but the love that lives within. And everything is beautiful in its own way, like a starry summer night and a snow-covered winter's day. Sing it, children. And everybody's beautiful in their own way. Under God's heaven, the world's gonna find a way. Everything is beautiful in its own way, like a starry summer night or a snow-covered winter's day. One more. That's it. Last one. When I die and they lay me to rest, gonna go to the place that's the best. When I lay me down to die, going up to the spirit in the sky. Going up to the spirit in the sky. That's where I'm gonna go when I die. When I die and they lay me to rest, gonna go to the place that's the best. Go to the place that's the best. Prepare yourself, you know it's a must. You gotta have a friend in Jesus, so you know that when you die, he's gonna recommend you to the spirit in the sky. Gonna recommend you to the spirit in the sky. That's where you're gonna go when you die. When you die and they lay you to rest, gonna go to the place that's the best. Go to the place that's the best. Never been a sinner, I never sinned. I got a friend in Jesus, so you know that when I die, he's gonna set me up with a spirit in the sky. Set me up with a spirit in the sky. That's where I'm gonna go when I die. When I die and they lay me to rest, gonna go to the place that's the best. Go to the place that's the best. Go to the place that's the best. Okay, good night.